Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo, and I am excited and terrified to be here for Ousama ranking, episode 5. So some stuff happened last episode. Well, let's talk about it, and then we'll talk about comments, and then we'll move on from there. We went on a journey. It's wonderful. We also met a member of the ranking committee. Not as wonderful. Boji and his family, Domas and Hokuro, his two squires, associates, companions, whatever, went to a town, and Boji got distracted by a play and got all his freaking money and his whole bag stolen. But then it was returned later on the road mysteriously. I wonder who could have been responsible for that. Maybe a little shadow person who's been hiding in the shadows following him this whole time? I hope so. Or not. I don't know. Daida failed in his ranking committee, whatever that challenge was against the weird golem thing. And eventually, I'm going to skip around in the episode here a moment just to keep things cohesive differently. Daida had himself a very spooky dream where he opened up Pandora's box and released dark and menacing shadows. As well as, just as in the original story, one element of hope represented by his older brother, the useless Boji? Weird, impossible, doesn't make any sense. Waking up in a start from this dream, Daida gave in to the temptation of the mirror. What it will be and what it will do to him, I don't know, but it seems very pleased that its plan is in motion. And so he is bringing the mirror down a large flight of stairs in order to acquire the power of his father right now. That's all I got. I got no interpretations of that one. That's just the thing that happened, and we're gonna see how it goes. There's also, I thought about this, and we'll talk about some of this stuff in the comments, but there's a mirroring thing here where we've got Boji, like, unintentionally diving into the depths of something in order to have a classic hero's journey and probably experience things and learn a bunch of stuff. And then we have Daida intentionally throwing himself down this, like, set of stairs down into darkness. There's a huge difference between this idealistic and good character who we've met, who is being thrust into circumstances beyond their control, versus Daida, who is actively making the choice to deal with darker powers and let them into himself. He is not descending into the abyss. He's going to try to become king of that shit. And it's gonna work. He's gonna be evil. Like, we knew this from Daida from the beginning. We've seen his darkness from the beginning. The only thing this show could do to shock me is to twist that around and make it so that Daida doesn't end up being completely overwhelmed by evil and his own, like, sense of desire for power and all that shit. I don't think it's going to twist that one up, but hey, I didn't think Domas was going to push Boji into a hole, and look at where we are now. I fucked up, and I was wrong. Shit. So I don't know what to expect. This is a magical thing from the show, because it's bait and switched enough times, but not enough times where I'm in this zone, where it's not like, Great Pretender. Great example, right? Friday show last season, last Friday show that we watched on the channel, everything's a twist in Great Pretender. And so as you watch it, you stop trusting literally anything. It's all a twist. You're like, okay, it's going to be a twist. I don't know what it is, but it'll happen. It'll be fine. It'll be a thing. And then on the other side, if the show just plays it straight all the time, then you're like, okay, everything is going to be exactly what I expect, and everything's going to be the blah, 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 blah. But when the show has done both in proportions that are difficult to parse, with character motivations that are difficult to determine, something really magical happens. And it is, I don't know what to trust. And it's magical. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's expertly put together in a way that I don't know who to trust or what to trust or what is true in this world. And so I, like Boji, having been betrayed by the person closest to me, the one who was meant to protect me and guard me, have to go and find my own truth in despair of hell. That's fucking awesome, and the way that the emotional journey that I'm on is mirroring the emotional journey of my character, their character, our character, is fucking sick, and I like it a lot. Okay, we also met a weird forest king who's an outcast. It's got something to do with the ranking of kings. Clearly he was a king or is a king or something, and something weird happened to him, but we don't know what. And there was this whole scene that I'm just going to summarize all the comments on this front because there were a couple of them, and there were a couple in my Discord and a couple in other places, so I'm just going to summarize them all, and it'll be easy peasy. If you look closely, I'll use Ruslan Honcharenko to go with this one. If you look closely, it's not smoke that's leaving the black cloud. It's seems like souls of dead animals that go to that thingy and got turned into a new animal, a creature that recycles life. Yes. Cool. I hope that if you go back and like re-listen to or rewatch the portion where I talk about this, you'll see what I'm trying to say, which is not necessarily that it's just the smoke coming from the thing. I get that there's actual metaphysics and actual like souls and stuff going on here. We saw the demon thing out of the king. There's weird shit in this world. Though I might have phrased that really poorly, I do apologize for doing so. What I was trying to do is draw a parallel between the situation here where the smoke and soul goes up into that weird black cloud and becomes new animals, and like mythological logic where if humans have believed for thousands and thousands of years that burning offerings, choice offerings, especially meats, things that are valuable, and sending the smoke, the soul of that animal skyward is a way to propagate a better harvest or better hunting or to please gods or etc. etc. It's a way to give a part of the creature, a part of the thing that you've killed and are going to partake in, to something transcendent that is beyond us. Like mythologically, that's the logic present. And I was just trying to draw a clear line between what's being shown as a metaphysical, like real thing that happens in this world, where it's not just like, well, the smoke went up, hopefully God gives us more food, to being like, no, there's an actual creature up there or a weird thing up there. There's a mechanical aspect of this world that makes that sacrifice into reward cycle occur. Which is interesting and also potentially representative of other greater underlying metaphysics of the world. One of which might be sacrificing yourself leads to reward, something like that, where on the other side, like being greedy with what you can get leads to being destroyed, right? Like that's a logical sort of ethic that you can, or moral that you can gain from the underlying physical reality that our characters inhabit. And I thought that was a really interesting thing. So hopefully if I expand that out and articulate it a little bit more, it makes more sense what I was trying to get at. I may have said at some point, oh, it's just the smoke going up. It doesn't really matter to me because the smoke of the animal in the mind of the person is the same as the soul of the animal. I don't see a difference. I just don't see a difference. It doesn't matter. Regardless, the thing happens and it's fucking crazy. Also, we meet this weird forest king and he almost kills us, but then doesn't, because we run away. Nice. We also discovered the history of a little bit behind Hokuro and Boji, and I'm really curious what's going to come of that. I feel like maybe Hokuro might be a main character who goes in after Boji and gets in way over his head, trying to save the prince from hell. That could be really interesting. I don't know. Regardless, it all led us to the pivotal moment of the episode, where it all falls down. Domas reaches out to Boji on the edge of the pit. And I was so goddamn convinced he was going to grab him by that hood and pull him back. And I was wrong. Domas had a different motivation, and we don't know why. Was it an order? Is it something he thinks he has to do? We don't know. But there are a number of comments about it, so I'm going to talk about it in context of those comments. Cool? Let me pull them up. Okay, first off, Gurgle Shorts, hey, dude, good to see you again. Are you off of military service? It's great to see you commenting again. I always recognize that profile pic that you have. You've been around on the channel for forever, and you very frequently make good comments, so good to see you, man. Appreciate it. Writes, Boji has now been thrust into the depths, another quintessential part of the hero's journey. Yeah, it's not very subtle, but the imagery is so striking, the complicated emotions surrounding the betrayal are so fascinating that the relatively straightforward and quite literal presentation of the Abyss works quite well. It will be interesting to see in what way Boji is reborn throughout this experience. So, obviously, Gurgle Shorts is somebody who has some experience with at least a cursory understanding, if not more, of Campbell's ideas about a general cohesive idea of like a hero and the hero's journey. Boji going to the Abyss is not unexpected. It's the way that it happens and the way that it's caused by betrayal and the intrigue around Domus's like motivations and whether he's like where his sincerity lies, which we'll get to in another comment from Lily Erye because it's a really cool comment as well. But yeah, we're in the middle of that portion of the hero's journey arc. The questions that come to my mind are, what is the Abyss going to consist of? How will it differ from our expectations and Boji's expectations of what hell is? And Also, like, how does it relate to the fact that his dad had a devil demon inside of him? That seems relevant too, to some extent, but I don't know how. I also want to keep an eye out for any mirroring going on between Daida's descent into the abyss and Boji's descent into the abyss, because I think that's a really interesting setup that could be really cool. And yeah, I will move on to that comment by Lily Arié, which who writes, Domas is becoming such an interesting character because everything he does is sincere, or at least seems that way. You can see when he first showed his sign language to Boji, there was a butterfly flying by, hinting he was nervous yet kind of excited. Also, that is where he changed his objective as Boji's mentor from I will teach all my swordsmanship to you to I will protect you. Although his affection toward Boji has grown, but he gave up teaching Boji from this point. Then, of course, his question to Hokuro about how he will about if he will follow orders is suggesting he is trying to justify the action he is planning to take. Conflict and internal struggle always make a character more interesting. The thing I want to highlight here is that mention of the question that he asks Hokuro. He asks Hokuro whether Hokuro would follow any order he was given by a superior. And this seems to be, and I think I agree with you, it seems to be Domas trying to rationalize following an order that he probably disagrees with fundamentally for himself. But we learned that his loyalty to whomever he was ordered by to do this, presumably Daida, but it's not entirely clear. Although it could be Daida, and that could be the spark for the dream that he has. The idea that he is actively, like, he has sent Boji off to die, and then he sees Boji as a representation of hope, and then realizes that Boji, if he dies, is not going to be that hope, and so Daida has to become more powerful himself. That would track emotionally for Daida, maybe, depending on how Daida actually is as a character, which we don't fully know. It's really interesting. But anyway, I think this is a cool comment, and I think that highlighting Domas's intrigue as a character leading up to that yoink, not yoink moment is really cool. So thank you for doing that. And the last comment that I want to highlight is from Ramiz Baig, sorry if I mispronounced that, who is on a similar tone, a similar note, is talking about the betrayal to some extent, but it does another cool like juxtaposition or cool like setup here. And writes, I think just like how last episode showcased that first impressions can be deceiving, someone who appeared as a bad person was not actually bad at all, instead was trying to protect Boji, healing obviously. In the same way, this episode showcases someone who was trusted and sworn to protect Boji, and thus we feel safe with him to betray Boji instead, as in Domas. I think the show is trying to tell us that these characters are humans. They are complex, and everyone has the capacity to commit good and evil. It's not like these reveals take away from the fact that suddenly everything we saw prior of healing is null or irrelevant or a red herring of sorts. It shows her flaws in protecting Boji while recontextualizing her actions. Looks like the same is happening here with Domas. As he talks with Hokuro about duty in the table sequence, we see him care for Boji in the flashback. We see him then be excited by Daida's potential when fighting him instead of Boji. We see him pity Boji after Daida and Boji's fight, even though he is the one who gave the order not to dodge. The same way he looks down in shame when Boji realizes Daida is going to be announced as king, as he voted for Daida, and then him pushing Boji into the hole, then laughing and crying, show this deep internal struggle inside of Domas that seems to represent his love of Boji versus his duty to the kingdom. I think this is excellently put. I don't have anything to add to this, Ramiz. I think this is fucking excellent. And your last line, his betrayal still seems to be a bit shrouded in mystery, so we shall leave the comment here. Just wanted to showcase how this show plants little seeds for eventual payoffs, and how the character designs might portray them as stereotypical versions of those archetypes, but in reality they are just people who can do the best or worst types of acts given the situation and person they are and the life they have led. Oh, what a comment. Also, wow, this is an approach to observing and talking to and communicating with and being around other real human beings that I think is actually really mature. What do I mean? The show forces us to look at these characters and be like, oh, that's an evil stepmother queen. Oh, wait, nope, she's a loving parent who actually cares and just doesn't know how to express that all the time and gets frustrated sometimes with a kid who is really hard to manage sometimes. Oh, shit, she's like a real mom. And then it's like, oh, Domas, he's like a noble friend boy, but he'll betray you if his duty requires him to. Oh, that's complicated. These people have layers to them. These people have reasons for existing. These people have internal worlds and their own perspective on reality that shapes those internal worlds and in turn shapes their actions. And just from looking at their actions in one tiny slice, you cannot determine the nature of that person. You have to look broader. And I think the show's doing a really good job of demonstrating that in a way that forces you to reevaluate these characters at every turn. It's really really excellent character writing, and I'm so excited by it. I'm so excited by it because it's following some mythological stuff that seems to be really powerful to me, as well as doing it with characters that I really care about and can get invested in because they feel real to some dramatic extent that most characters in animation do not. I'm thrilled by this. I think it's fucking awesome. Cool. Yes. I think that's it for the comment spotlight for today. Just a couple, but they were really good this time. So thank you everybody who I shouted out, and the couple of people who I didn't shout out. You still wrote good comments. It's cool. Keep trying. So here we are. Don't know what's next. Boji's falling down into the depths of darkness. I am fittingly drinking a black tea today. This is Pu'er, which is a fermented Chinese cake black tea. I don't love this one. There's another brand that I like more. I bought a nicer brand, and I don't like it as much. So I'm going to go back to buying the cheaper Pu'er. But that's what I'm drinking, and it seems fitting for us going down deep, down to the burning ring of fire. That's where we're going. We're going to hell. Or the abyss. Or something. Sweet. Let me take a quick break because it's been a long intro thing, and then I will be back with you in a moment, and we will do our countdown and our startup and all that jazz. See you in a sec. All right, welcome back. Did a quick break, got everything resynced. We're ready to go. I've messed up my microphone placement, and that's better. All right, welcome back. Did a quick resync, got everything to go, ready to go. Let's get into this. So, Ranking of Kings, Ousama Ranking, Episode 5. I've got it up and ready. There will be 2 versions, picture-in-picture in the description, timer on YouTube, beep beep timer to count you down, early access on Patreon as always. If you like these discussions and my videos and stuff, the only way that I make money and the only way that I survive is by having people give me enough money to survive. So if you want me to keep surviving and making content, that's a great way to make sure that it happens. I think I'm going to start calling myself a crowdfunded human because I think it makes more sense than just being like, I make anime videos, because that's kind of what I am. I attempt to create value for the world by making things, and I think that if I can make enough value for people, then enough people will care enough to give me enough money that I can survive, and that seems really cool to me, and I'd like to do that. So if you want to help out on that journey, that would be super appreciated. Those of you who are already helping out, what do I have to say except thank you, you're the bomb.com. I'm looking for another rhyme. I was going to go with mom, but you're not my mom, so you're not my mom. Let's watch... What the fuck, man? Let's watch Ousama Ranking Episode 5, Beep Beep Timer. I'm so tense. I'm so tense. Also, my shoulders still hurt. Hi! Welcome to hell. Ooh, not there yet. Welcome to the outside of hell. Cool, cool, cool. Oh no, you are inside. You just fell down a little bit. Oh. What? Is he hiding in his bag? Ow. Is Kage in his fucking bag? No. How did that happen? I didn't do that. Kage? That's a perfect size pouch for Kage to be in. Could it be? It could be! What's up, my guy? Holy shit! It's so good to see you, man! Woo! Somebody clip that. Dance it out. Yeah. Hit me with the OP. Oh, yeah, little blushies. Yeah, it is. What's up, Kage? Oh, indeed. So he's not falling all the way to hell? But wait, my whole idea about Joseph Campbell, the whole hero's journey, it's ruined. He can't just be a happy boy immediately. Guy. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's so cute. Alright, I'm gonna drink this tea that I don't love, but it's still tea. No. No. Never again with this one. Sorry. I'm sorry for those smacking noises and shit. It's just it tastes like grass. Like partially composted grass. It's really not good. Luckily, I bought other tea, and these are all green tea, so this'll be fine. Got enough for a couple months. Yeah. Intertwine. Okay. Hmm. Ha! So that's how you survived a little bit more. Uh-huh, you were inside the bag. You stabbed that guy or something? Ah! Sick. Was that Domas? It was Domas fucking doing it, huh? Yeah, I think we figured. It was Babin? Right, you just needed a protector. Fair enough. I don't want to. I want the tea though. I'm gonna cut. I'm gonna call it a loss. Oh boy, that's familiar. So we do have to descend, this time by our own volition. Oh, hi! Is this the order? Because he believes in your martial prowess. I know everything, Damas. Sure. Well. Whoa. There's no winning. Yo. Daida is terrifying. Yeah. But you just said you don't trust Domas. Set up. Manipulate. Ah, keep telling yourself that, buddy. It's my failing. Oh man. No, dude, no, you can't tamp your heart down like that. It is the underworld. Oh! A cloth crown for a little king. For a non-king. Ding, crown number 1. Achieved! What an insult. Ah! My crown! Well, isn't that relevant? Your crown flies away. And lands on a... dead. What an omen. Gas? Poison? Poison gas. Run away, light it on fire. Nah. Go, little buddy. Don't breathe, little buddy. Yeah, it's hard. I know. Oh, no. Well, and thus the show ends in a dramatic and miserable way. Sad. Depressing. Fuck. Shit. Oh. What? Those were knights. It goes down to the same place, doesn't it? Oh, good question. Ha. Great. That tells me nothing. Thanks, mirror. Thanks, mirror. Oh, it's a big door. Can he even open it? Hi. There are guardians. Oh. Uh-huh. Sure. They'll open the doors, and they'll take the mirror. Steel yourself, Daida. Great beasts. Are they real? Are they frozen? Or are they carved? They're frozen. They're real. Whoa. Is that the king? You have to eat him? You have to eat your dad? Oh, tell me that's a weird Jack in the Box. Oh, make him a smoothie? What? Oh, I was kind of joking. Drink. Take the power. Hi, Appias. Are you in the same place? Is that young Bose? No. Okay. What? What? So he slew the beast and proved himself. After years, right? Those are some small horses. Mixed, blended. Oh, do you have to bathe in it? What? Oh, light and shadow. Ooh, magic mirrors. Oh, that's so sick. Heating it up? It's power for sure. And here in the cold, Appius will discover what they're doing, won't he? Who's that? Who is that? Was that the hair of the judge? Soup. An egg. What? What? It's a phoenix of death. Thanks, guys. Uh-oh. Oh. Uh-huh. Oh, this is insane. This is the craziest ritualistic shit that I've ever... what the fuck? Drink the blood. Sure. That seems legit. And we have no idea whether we can trust the mirror. Or whether his father did this. Or something else. There's nobody... He has no way of knowing. What does that even mean? Will you? Can you? I feel like he's gonna throw it away. No! No! No shortcuts. Yo, respect, Dinah. Are they gonna force him? What if those two guys just grab him and force him? I'm a mirror. Your bull says blood, yeah. It's all so tempting, right? Oh, it's got him. It's got him. Will I never have to feel that feeling again? Follow Bebine, dude. Follow Bebine. Yeah. Good fucking advice. Will he follow it? And will he even They're gonna force him. They're gonna force him. They're gonna force him. Ah! What do you think, boy? Oh, oh, let's go, Dinah. Let's go, Dinah. What are you really, Mirror? Throw it on the ground. My Gaida, Dinah. Holy shit, he did it. I hate him, but he fucking did it. Whoa. What's that? We're gonna have another cliffhang into new location, aren't we? Hi! Where's the boy? Where is everybody? How are you? Look so glum. Why are you so sad? Is he just gonna kill him? Nope. Tick, 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 ding! Oh. Where are we? Oh. What? Also, who's this voice actor? Uh-huh. Okay. Hi. King of the Underworld, I assume? What? Wario? Waluigi? It's Waluigi! I know. I know. And you hate yourself for it. Don't. No, buddy, you don't have to die too. Oh my god. Oh my god. Your chances are less than 0. Oh my god. Triumphant music? No way! No, Hokuro, you can't! Dude, just run and jump after him. Just run and jump after him. Go. Fuck. Oh. Okay, that's... What? Ah. Oh my god. Oh my god. How deep was that? I don't think that was deep. Holy shit, he's gonna cut his own? Oh! Oh, what a stuff happens episode. This is the coolest show. This is the coolest show. What a roller coaster. What a ride. What a ride. What a rush. Oh my god, just the tension build through this where I really don't know what the show is going to do. And again, this is all built off of that idea that, like, the show is sometimes twisting and sometimes being straightforward and sometimes being straightforward in a different way and sometimes twisting in a different way. Consider me deeply discombobulated by this episode. Holy crap. From emotional insanity at the beginning, the reveal that Kage is still alive and has been with him the whole time, right? And just the way that it's executed, an inexplicable thing happens again that saves Boji's life, and I'm sure that it's Kage, but they spend enough time slowing down the reveal to make it punchy and really feel good. The timing on these tense moments is so powerful. The timing on this, like, build up to a frustrated, like right up to the edge, like a balloon filled to bursting, and then pow, the emotion overflows and explodes outward. Could have had a different metaphor there. Not gonna have a different metaphor there. Oh, it's so cute. It's so good. And then, of course, like, our reward for sitting through that is, like, 30 full seconds of two characters looking at each other and blushing and fucking crying, and then starting to do that thing when friends are, like, miserable and sad together, where they start making fun of each other because of how ridiculous they look, and it's, like, so wholesome. Ah! What the fuck, show? Double fingers up. Fuck you, show. Not ugh. 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 I feel like this is going to be a consistent pattern moving forward, is that we'll get, like, this run to cliffhang ending and then immediate resolution of the cliffhang element, right? Like, Boji falls down the pit is our cliffhanger, literally. Boji wakes up and is saved by a crossbow bolt is our resolution to it. Rest of the episode happens after. It's so fucking whack. It's so good. It's addictive. It's like, it's so good. It's like how these episodes are built like the Coca-Cola formula. Let me back up and I'll explain to you. There's sodium in Coke, right? And in a lot of soft drinks. A good bit of it. And combined with the sugar in the thing, you get this situation where you like, if you're thirsty, you drink a Coke or you drink another soda. And it feels really refreshing while you're drinking it, but then as soon as you finish it, all you've got is the lingering aftertaste, and you're actually not even more hydrated than you were before. Not really. So you want another one. I feel the same way about these individual episodes. It's like every single one of them leaves me with an almost like a dryness in my mouth, and I'm like, I need more of the liquid of life that is this show. Give it to me. Oh, it's so great. The whole recap of being by his side the whole time is wonderful, and even in that small context has, like, funny moments. Like, seeing arms pop out of a bag and running away from it is hilarious. It's goofy. And it's got huge reveals, like Bebin, after realizing that Kage really cares about Boji, gives him an official order in his own capacity by himself to go after and to stay by Boji's side. That's so cool. It's another situation where we recontextualize a character's actions by showing that they're a person with an internal, like, in a coherent internal world. Bebin cares, and he has from the beginning, and there have been hints about it, but he's always acting in this, like, stoic way that's very, honestly, kind of reptilian. Like, the snakes that he handles is very cold and calculating, but that doesn't mean that he's actually that cold and calculating. Or even if he is, he might be doing it for reasons that are good. He's not necessarily a villain. It's such a cool way to structure all these reveals, and I really like it. To fool your enemy, start with your allies really seems like a Sun Tzu sort of thing. I'm just going to throw it into Google and see what comes up. Yeah, to fool your enemy, you must first fool your ally comes up in all sorts of different places. And it's, like, similar to and related to things that are in the 36 stratagems. And there's an article by Professor Satoshi Ikeuchi. And I think yeah, mystify your intentions not only to your enemies, but also to your officers and soldiers. It does come from Sun Tzu to some extent, but it's not exactly a quote. But that's great. Okay. Yeah. We didn't know who was going to be attacking you, and so down we must go. It's safer that way. How very interesting. This conversation genuinely terrifies me. How do I relate this to like real life? I don't know. I'm not popping. Sometimes I'll have an analogy just instantly pop in my head, but it feels like a no-win scenario in honestly in like a relationship or a familial relationship or a friendship or something, where it's like, well, I did this thing to try to do something for you, and then they're like, okay, but you betrayed your other friend in order to do that. I don't like you anymore because you did that. That's fucked up. He betrayed Boji in order to support Daida, but instead of taking that support and being pleased with it, Daida admonishes him for it because of the betrayal, because of his lack of trustworthiness. But if at the same time, what happened to the two people who voted against Daida, right? Appius is fucking banned and outcast, but they attempted to kill him. I don't know what happened to Sundeo. I just don't know. I don't know. But like Appius is the better example. He sent Bebin after him to kill him. And it seems to me that Bebin may have lost intentionally and may have like the thing where he sunk into the ground may be a power of his or something like that, but I don't know. Regardless, this is a terrifying no-win situation and an extraordinary example of exactly what we can expect from Daida as his like underlings, which is you have no idea what the person in power wants or how they will react to your actions. If you follow their orders, they might kill you. If you don't follow their orders and act on your own in their own best interest, they might kill you. If you try to unseat them, they'll definitely kill you. If you try to betray them, they'll definitely kill you. So all you have are like gambles. Welcome to gambling. Holy shit. What a toxic work environment, right? Like absolutely hostile, toxic work environment. You cannot win except by chance. Daida can go off at any time and there's nobody to hold him to like hold him back. Nobody. He has power over everyone. Deeply scary to me. Deeply scary to me. When there's this kind of imbalance in a relationship and you've got an unstable person on the throne, oh, it's so scary. Yeah. Brother was your pupil, you coward. You were supposed to stand by him no matter what. So now I'm supposed to trust you? What happens when somebody you think is more appropriate for the throne comes along, right? You're going to betray me and leave me for them? Honestly, it's kind of like if you were to leave a significant other for another person, right? Like you fall for you're in a relationship, you fall for somebody, you meet somebody, you fall for them. You decide that you don't want to be a cheater, right? But you realize that you're more interested in the other person than in the person that you're currently with. So you break up with them and go to the other person, and the other person goes fully reasonably in this context, just goes, "Wait, what? You're just gonna break up a relationship because you like somebody else? Well, you're gonna do that to me." No, fuck off. I don't trust you. Ugh. He was your pupil, you coward. How dare you? You are a disgrace as a court official. And then there's something even more dangerous and more scary in my mind that Daida does, which is that he takes this situation where Domas feels chastised and ashamed, and he turns it into a manipulative, like, thing that leads to his own goals. He uses that feeling, you've betrayed my expectations, and then he presents him with what he would want from him. You could have been my right hand, which has some ripple effect through the episode as Domas cuts off his physical right hand and presumably his sword hand, eliminating himself from that running, destroying himself and everything that he could be useful for. But in this moment, that dream was not to be. What can I do? I have come to a decision. It's an order that I can only give to someone I can trust. Then trust me. Just lays the bait out for him, and Domas eats it right up. and then has to reconcile it. I should be proud of what I've done. This aching in my conscience is just weakness. My resolve should be stronger. No, buddy, that's not how your conscience works. You have to listen to it. You have to realize that it's probably more right than you are. This is how you become a villain. Oh, I feel so sincerely for Damas's position. I really do. But at the same time, he's made his choice and he's made it thrice over now. Convincing himself, the internal dialogue shaping his perspective, shaping his internal world, and he is at conflict within himself, and he cannot stand. A house divided against itself cannot stand, and the same goes for a person whose mind is divided, whose soul is split by what they've done. Domas, as a person who can consider himself loyal and just and fair, he can't view himself in that lens anymore. Not without lies, not without layers and layers of lies to obfuscate what he's done and how he actually feels about it. Oh, and it's so sad. But he made the choice. Granted, because of circumstance, but it was still him. He still did it. Now, there will be a scene some point in the future where Domas will realize that Boji still lives. He'll find that out, and it's gonna crush him. If he isn't already destroyed by then. If he isn't already dead by then. Fuck, what a scene. Right? It's so simple, but some of these elements, Domas stands up, convincing himself that he's okay, smiles, and is silhouetted in a burst of apparently grainy flame. Fuck. Okay, the cloth crown is really cute. It's something you can't do about. This brings things back into balance, and it blows away, and we go and get it. Oh, that's a bad omen. Uh-oh. And it leads directly into the next challenge, which is the gas that comes out. But we are saved from the gas, apparently because we ourselves are cursed. Interesting. Oh, mirror, oh, mirror. So, some of what the mirror is saying is true, and some of what the mirror is saying is false. These guys are fucking weird. They are probably not human, given that they've been down here for a while. We've seen automata, or like golems, and that's what I assume that these are, but I don't know. Are they bowing to Daida? Or are they bowing to the mirror? Are they loyal servants of the king? Or loyal servants of the mirror? Where is the line? I don't know. But this whole idea is so insane. These crazy creatures all frozen, saved in ice. Presumably, like, so that they can be rethawed and awakened, maybe? I don't know. It's like part treasure room, part horde, part power sink? I don't know. But we pass through it, and we find frozen King Bosse himself. And we take action. He watches his father blended into a goop. Disgusting. And Appius, we see him going to the same place. Is this now? Is this in a different kingdom? I don't know, man. I don't know. We see this fight, the sparring. We don't know who he's sparring with. And we see him fighting in front of what may be the young king. That's the assumption, I think. I think we're supposed to assume that this is the young king. But I don't know. And the hair is different, but I don't know. I don't know how to read any of this whole sequence. I don't know where Appius is right now. I don't think he's in the same place. I think it's a different place, but he's been there before, so he knows something about it. But then, okay, so then at some point when we were looking at all the frozen objects, there's a face with like some of the same hair that we see. I'm really curious about that. Give me a sec. I gotta find that. I don't know where it is. Okay, so he does go to the same exact place, but over there, in the background, there stands a person. And it's unclear. No, you know what? It's pretty fucking clear to me who that is. That's the man from the ranking committee, isn't it? And I don't think he's inside ice. I think he's just standing behind ice, observing. And that begs the question, is the ranking committee part of the Mirror's plan? Or vice versa? Is it some kind of conspiracy to create powerful kings? For the reasons of the divine gift or whatever is really going on there? I'm going to go back to the previous episode and I'm going to find the ranking committee guy. Memorize the way that this hair and face looks. Oh man, it's really hard to say. I think he's got a squarer jaw. Yeah, I don't know that it's him. I don't think it is. Okay, never mind. And I think because of the framing, we would see part of his hat. So then I have no idea. Honestly, the person in that ice, or behind it, whatever is going on there, looks like the child who's sitting when Appius is fighting. Right? Like, that child who's sitting there has the same hair. So was there some previous betrayal? Did King Bossy, like, steal the power of the previous intended king? Is it something like that? I really don't know. I really don't know. But that's the hair, right? That looks like that person. I don't fucking know, man. I'm really wigged out by that. I don't know. This whole ritual is insanity. It's gorgeous. It looks amazing. It's such a cool idea, and I hate it. It's great. It's perfect in every way. You crack it open, it's conglomerated into a tiny egg that hatches and grows into a giant phoenix, which they then put into a thing, cut the head off, burn, and use the blood in order to make an elixir of life with a pearl of rejuvenation or whatever. Hey, drink this purple smoking liquid. And Daida, to his fucking credit, tempted by everything that the mirror says, and we know he is genuinely tempted by it. Having had dreams that lead him to this point, something doesn't sit right with Daida. And obviously it doesn't sit right with us, because we're like, he's about to take a sip, and we hear the mirror go, hee hee hee, as though it's won, as though it's victorious. And so Daida puts the cup down. And more extreme measures must be taken. Imagine yourself shooting up in the ranks, becoming all-powerful, gaining all the power. Imagine never having to feel this way before, puking over your blade, working hard. But he remembers what Bebin has taught him. He remembers what he knows, and he puts it down. And then he uses what he was taught to fight off the people who would force him. I will reach the ranking on my own. So fucking sick, dude. I don't think you will, but good luck. Honestly, I think you're a shit king and a bad person, with, like, not very much emotional maturity and a lot of unpredictability, and I wouldn't want you as my boss, Daida. But you know what? You resisted the ultimate temptation, and I think that's pretty good. Good job, dude. That's at least something. Well done. Oh boy. He has no chance. But the slow realization that Hokuro undergoes here, as he discovers what has happened to Boji, is so brutal. I don't know what to think about this king or any of this stuff. I would really like to know. I don't know his name, though. That's the issue. I would really like to know his voice actor. He sounds so familiar to me. I know who that is. Nah. Just the way that he's enunciating. He plays a stupid character. Does he play the dumb guy from Psyche Kusuo? I'm going to find that character's voice actor from Psyche, and I'm going to move from there over to see if it's Daisuke Ono is that character. Is he in Ousama ranking? Nope. But Kenta Miyake is also listed as a voice actor for him, and is he in Ousama ranking? Yes, he plays Bossy. Bossy. So it's not him. Somebody else. Shit. Oh well. Is it worth looking through the cast of Ousama ranking? Yeah, I found him immediately. Apparently this character's name, spoilers, just skip 5 seconds ahead, is Deathhar. Death, huh? Okay. Who you play? It is Yoshimitsu Shimuyama. Fairy Tail, lots of characters. Halfdan in Vinland Saga. Literally nothing else that I fucking know his voice from something. But I guess I don't. I guess I'm just straight wrong. All right. Oh. Nope, not a character that I recognize. Crap. I swear I know this guy. Oh well, whatever. So we meet Weird Waluigi, King Waluigi, the Vampire Death Man. Yeah, when he does this, he really looks like Waluigi. Who discovers that both of us are cursed? Okay, let's figure that shit out. I don't know what that's gonna do. And then the sads. Hokuro draws his blade. Because Hokuro's a real good boy. He's a stupid good boy for doing this. And we get... it executes this so perfectly. This is such classic anime shit, right? A character gets knocked down, and they Ippo in Hajime no Ippo gets punched, and he gets knocked down, and he flashes through all the emotional moments that have led him to this point, and comes up with a reason, and we see him get back up, and we know that the reason he did it is because of all the experiences that we've had, and we get to take all that emotional experience that we've had over the course of the show and collapse it down into one instant and make it poignant and powerful. Classic easy anime goodness, executed to perfection on a character who we've seen go through these things for just one episode. He's really only been a character for one episode, and yet we feel the everything. And he hates himself for not having been good enough. A real motivation. And in his rage, he attacks the greatest Soldomasta, who asks him to cut his fucking hand off because he hates himself too. Nobody's happy. Everybody's fighting. Welcome to the world of Ousama ranking, everybody. A happy, cute fairy tale. Yay! Abso-fucking-lutely baller episode. Absolutely baller episode from Ousama ranking. This is my show of the long time since I've seen a show as good as this one. That I like as much as this one. This is that show right now. Fuck, man, Wednesday's sick. I fucking love Wednesdays. Yeah. What's gonna happen next time? I don't know, dude. We just ended up in a weird king's weird place. Maybe he'll try to kill us. Maybe he'll figure out what our curse is. Maybe he'll give us a mission. I don't know. Daida just punched his way out of a horrifying situation where he was almost, I am convinced, taken over by something seriously powerful. And it hints at so many other things too, and I don't know what any of them are going to be or do. It's so cool. I like it so much. I'm so excited to see more. Hell yeah. I'm going to wrap there. I've been Teeaboo. This has been Ousama Ranking Episode 5. Yes. Yes. See you next week for more. Peace.